students, welcome back to biology class. Previously we discussed about the role of endocrine glands in the human body, and I think all of you have an idea about the role of the different endocrine glands and the hormones produced by these glands, isn't it? And today we are going to make a discussion about how does these two systems work together, or what is their action in order to perform or regulate the body activities and responses. Okay, so first of all we can check what is the role of the hormone, or generally we can say that hormones act as a regulator or key. What is that? Generally we can say that hormone will act as a key or a regulator. I think all of you know that during the summer season it is very hot. Then what we will do? There is the requirement of this air that is more needed. Okay, so what we will do? We will increase the speed of the fan by regulating. At the same time, during the time of winter season or cold season, what we will do? We will decrease the speed of the fan by using the regulator. So actually what is a regulator is doing? A regulator is regulating depending upon the condition. In the same way, in our body, I already told you there is an internal equilibrium, that is homeostasis. That means all the activities are going on simultaneously in a proper way without any disturbance. All the activities are maintaining. Okay. And suppose maybe due to the malfunctioning of any part, what will happen? Suppose there is a change in the physiological activity. Suppose there is the decreased amount of calcium, we already studied, or there is a decreased amount of glucose in the blood. Suddenly what will happen, with the help of the nervous system, this information will pass to the respective gland. And as a result, what will the gland do? The gland will produce either by the increased production or by the decreased production of that particular hormone. What will happen? That particular physiological activity is maintaining, isn't it? That's why we can term or we can say that hormones act as a regulator. Hormone act as a regulator. Understood? So, by the control and coordination of the body activities, there is the involvement of both nervous system and endocrine system. Depending upon the condition, if there is a change in the physiological activity, the nervous system will pass the information to the endocrine gland. And what will the gland do? The gland will either by the increased production or by the decreased production, they will maintain that particular biological activity. And in that aspect, we can tell that it is by the combined effort of both nervous system and endocrine system, body activities are regulating in the human body. Okay, so once again we can call back or we can recall that hormones are acting as a keys or a regulator in order to maintain the physiological activity. So with this I am concluding this part, and the next I am moving to the next topic, that is pheromones. So I think up to this, what we are discussing about the hormone produced in the human body, and all of you know that depending upon the condition, the respective hormones will produce in our body, and with these activities, physiological activities are maintaining. Okay, so whatever we are studying related with the human body, we have to study what will happen in the lower organism also, or how does these activities are controlling and coordinating in the lower organisms also. Okay, so let us move into the next topic, that is pheromones. So actually what is pheromone? Pheromones are nothing but some secretion produced in the lower organism, especially external to the body. Do you know what is the difference between pheromones and hormones? Yes, hormones are producing internally, whereas pheromones are producing externally. Okay, so once again, what are pheromones? Pheromones are nothing but some secretion produced in the lower organism, especially external to the body. These secretions are known as the pheromones, and there is a purpose for the production of the pheromones. Do you know what is the purpose? So there are so many purposes. The main purpose of the pheromone is that it is for the communication. It is for the communication in between the organism. So I think all of you know that how do we communicate each other? In the human beings, we can communicate each other either through speaking or by acting, etc. Okay, but in the case of animals, there is no such chances. And for this purpose of communication, these animals, the different species of animals are producing their own pheromones. Okay, so next we are going to make a discussion about what are the other different purpose of the production of the pheromones. So first of all, I told you, pheromones are responsible for communication in between the organism, and it is also responsible for identifying the locomotory pathways. What do you mean by locomotory pathways? That is the movement. Locomotion means movement. Okay, so it is helpful for identifying the territory or the habitat. That means, what do you mean by habitat? Habitat is a place where a plant grows or an animal lives. So with the help of the pheromones, the different same species of organism, they can identify where is the territory of the animals. Okay, or they can easily find out the locomotory pathways. And also other purpose of this production of the pheromones is that it is responsible for providing an information related with the dangerous situation, and also information about the resources of the food item, and it is also responsible for attracting the pairs during the time of reproduction. So these are some of the common purpose or aim of the production of the pheromone. Once again, the main purpose of the production of the pheromone is that communication, and it is also responsible for identifying the locomotory pathways, and also responsible for find out the territories and providing information regarding the dangerous situation, and also responsible for providing the information regarding the food resources, and also responsible for attracting the pairs during the time of reproduction. Okay, and in this year you have to study about the three type of pheromones. They are musk in musk deer, bomby coal in the female silkworm moth, and civetone in civet cat. So which are the three examples that you have to study? Musk, civetone and bomby coal. They are produced in the different animals for the purpose of, mainly for the purpose of the communication. I think all of you have seen the ants are going in a line. Have you noticed that? And what is the scientific reason or mystery behind that function or that purpose? What is the scientific mystery? That is the production of the pheromones. Without any external influence, we can very clearly see that the ants will go in a line. And when at the last, when we are observing, we can see that maybe there is the presence of a heap of sugar. So being that time, they will go in a line. So it is due to the production of the pheromones. Okay, so once again I am concluding the part pheromones. So pheromones are nothing but some secretion produced especially in the lower organism external to the body, whereas hormones are producing internally. Okay, and there are so many purpose for the production of the pheromone. Pheromones, what are the purpose of production of the pheromones? You know, they are responsible for the communication. In order to find out the locomotory pathways in order to find out the territory or habitat, and also provide information related with the food resource, dangerous situation, and also responsible for attracting the pairs during the time of reproduction. Okay, and which are the three examples that you have to study? Musk, bombicol, and civetone. Understood? Okay, so with this I am concluding the part. Here on. Thank you.